name is Crystal Bianca and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my 2020 self-publishing plan. If this is your first time on my channel, I post twice weekly. I post writing updates as well as book writing tips and tricks. My New Year's resolution for 2020 is to self-publish my first book. If you're looking to self-publish your first book, I would advise making both short-term and long-term goals. And today I'm going to share with you the goals that I've set to publish my first book in 2020. My first goal was to make my first draft. I started my first draft back in December 2019, and my goal was to complete my first draft by the end of January. I think this is one of the hardest goals for many writers because to actually put in the work and to be consistent and to get that first draft done is one of the hardest parts. I've finished my first draft early, which is really exciting. I did this by making a goal of writing 1,500 words per day. There were days where I didn't feel like writing and I was close to giving up, but I just kept on going, and I think this channel has a lot to do with it. If you're interested, I have posted a video on completing my first draft. Go check that out. My next goal for self-publishing my first book is to complete my second draft. I'm going to give myself to the end of February to complete this goal. Because I did finish my first draft early, I might actually finish this goal earlier. It all depends on how quick or slow the editing process is. I don't know how much work this book really needs. This process is going to involve lots of editing and rewriting. I may even have to write new chapters in, so I'm going to just play it by ear. I've also set short-term goals too for my second draft, so daily I need to complete one chapter per day. My chapters are all different lengths, so some days I may complete it quicker than other days. This goal is a bit rough because if I have to rewrite a whole scene or a whole chapter, then it's obviously going to take me longer than one day to do that chapter. So I've made that goal a bit flexible. After this is done, around February or March, I'm going to get the beta readers in. This is the first time that new eyes are going to actually see my work, and they're going to be able to give me constructive criticism. So the beta readers are going to advise me on the plot development, characters, the pacing of the book, and just give me any advice to improve my story. I'm going to give my beta readers a month to go over my work. Whilst they're looking at my work, I'm going to start outlining the next book. I'm going to make sure that this book is thoroughly planned out this time, not like the first book. My next step is to do a beta reader redraft. So this is going to happen around March or April. Once I've received feedback from all the beta readers, I'm going to go over my manuscript and I'm going to edit anything that I think needs to be edited. I really want my work to be the best that it can be before I release it. My next step is to get the proofreader in. This is hopefully going to happen in the same month. Their goal is to find any grammar or punctuation errors. Their main purpose is to format my book properly and edit it so it's all ready for print. The main difference between a beta reader and a proofreader is that beta readers focus more on the characters and the plot development and the pacing of the book, whereas the proofreader focuses more on the editing and the formatting of the book. Whilst my proofreader is looking over my work, I'm going to be designing my book cover and my blurb. I don't want to leave all the fun stuff to everybody else. Like, I'm such a creative person. I think I'm going to have a great time actually designing the cover of my book. The book is also going to feel more like my own as well. After my proofreader is done with my manuscript, I'm going to be doing a final check. That is one of my final steps. In this final check, I'm going to make sure that the proofreader has not left any mistakes in my work, as well as making sure that I am happy with the end product. One of the most exciting steps is last, and that's going to be publishing time. This is probably going to happen around June and July of this year. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for my book launch yet, but I'm going to let you know. During this time, I'm going to be trying to do a lot of marketing for my book. I think the publishing time is going to be a really hectic period because I have to learn the ins and outs of self-publishing. I need to learn how to use Amazon properly as well as set up a Goodreads account. There's a lot of excitement that comes with that as well because I finally get to share with you the work that I've been working on for so long, and you guys get to experience my characters and my book that I've invested so much time in. Overall, these are really rough goals. These may change. I might complete some steps earlier, I might complete some steps later, but these give me rough guidelines to when my book is going to be published. I will be posting and updating you every step of the way as I go through each stage of this process. After I do publish this book, I'm going to be working on my next book, and it's going through this process all over again. I had mentioned in my last video that this book is not a standalone, so there is going to be another book to this series. I don't know how big this series is going to be yet. It may be 2 books, it may be 3 books, I'm not sure. This is my plan to get my book published in 2020. If any of you guys are working on your first book, let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in more writing videos, go check out my channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.